apparently Vanilla Ice is like super into house flipping. Enough that they gave him his own show.
What?
Hello everyone, welcome to the Autumn Colors Podcast, the podcast where the guest nominations for this show are ranked. I'm your host, the man who got his Steam Deck stolen by bots, the art Sozo-sha. Today with me I'm joined by the Jedi with super hot powers, CodenameCMB.
Sup?
Also with me is the motherfucking beast herself, Dooms.
Yellow.
And finally, my reformed Orthodox rabbi, Ashking.
Hello!
Okay, so, yeah, pretty much I don't think it's going to be any surprise to anyone, especially if you're watching this on YouTube. We are going to be talking about the Game Awards. Pretty much, like, I should make this clear, like, a lot of us are on a timer, so we're not going to be able to get through everything, because there is a lot that was shown at this year's Game Awards. This was a pretty big event and whatnot. And so I don't think we have enough time to go through everything, but I've got a list of more or less a majority of personally what I found was interesting at the event. We're just going to go through that, and we're going to go through some of the highlights of what happened during the night, and just talk about that more or less. But first things first, I do want to ask just everyone, how's everyone doing?
Gisa?
Doing alright, typical Saturday.
I got a bowl of bacon chips.
Sweetie, he's just sitting there.
I'm sitting.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody.
Sorry about that, guys.
It's Gisa. He was being rude.
My cat is just sitting in front of my husband's monitor and just...
That's adorable!
He's just sitting there.
That's adorable!
You know what? My cat does that as well, and I can't get mad at him.
It's
I think he's
patiently
mad that he
observant.
can't sit on my husband's power button for his PC.
My cat every now and then when I'm recording something just likes to come up to my door and scratch it. He doesn't like want food or anything, he just wants attention.
Yeah, that's my cat in a nutshell. Fucker thinks he's a dog.
Oh my god.
Seriously, my cat loves Fetch, recognizes his name, loves to be held and cuddled. This is a dog.
Yeah, so if I sound a little tired, it's because I am. I could not get any sleep last night, so I spent majority of the time just getting the setup ready and everything, so I'm just trying to keep awake and alert with gamer stuff I made. But anyway, so pretty much, yeah, so like I said, we are on a timeline, so we gotta get into the meat of things. First things first, though, because I'm pretty sure anybody who is trying to look for anyone who's talking about the Game Awards wants to hear about this. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Let's talk about the kid who pulled the prank at the end of the show and the end of the awards first.
Hell yeah, Bill Clinton.
Yep.
Bill Clinton.
Let's talk about this, because like ultimately I feel like it's the thing that overshadows a lot of what happened in the Game Awards, which is a shame because there's a lot of what happened at the Game Awards, not just Game of the Year. So let's get that out of the way so we have nothing but the Game Awards to talk about. Yeah,
Right,
so who wants to give the context?
I'll jump in on this one.
Okay.
So, for context, somebody snuck into the group of Elden Ring developers after Elden Ring won Game of the Year, took the mic after they finished their speech, and basically just said some word salad, which included the words, "I want to thank my Orthodox Rabbi, Bill Clinton."
Afterwards, he was escorted. You could see him on live stream. He was escorted off stage, and Jeff, I believe, after the show, shortly after, announced that he was arrested. But from the looks of it, and the sounds of it, he has been released since. So yeah.
I mean, he just crashed an award show. It's not like he killed somebody.
Thankfully.
Yeah, it could have gotten much worse.
Yeah. Considering what happened, and I will say, considering how he handled the prank, best case scenario. Like, I mean, he could.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
I heard people comparing it to Kanye, but no, this dude was a lot better than Kanye. Because if it was
Oh.
Kanye, he would have go, "Hey, yo, I know I know Elden Ring's Game Award, and I'm gonna let you finish, but
Sonic Frontiers is the best game of all
yeah,
time.
yeah." Oh my god.
Oh,
And I'm pretty sure a lot of what we could say has been taught again. Like, yeah, it's memeable, it was funny, and it was definitely a big like security risk. And I think personally, I can add two things. First thing is that among everything else, I kind of feel like in terms of security, they were kind of similar to a lot of people, including myself, during the time when Elden Ring got announced as Game of the Year. That being, it was kind of, everything was wrapping up, everything was said and done, and everything went off without a hitch, and a lot of people were just kind of getting ready to go and everything. And
Yeah.
when that happened, nobody expected it at all. So,
Oh, I remember that too.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I was completely stunned.
yeah,
Nothing like that has ever happened.
I
Sorry.
thought, like, the dude was, like, maybe an actor or something who worked on Elden Ring. I was like, no.
No. If I may butt in, I thought he was a security guard.
Actually, it's funny. Everyone is making fun of the Sorry, everyone is making fun of the like what the fuck was security doing? When I actually did see one thing they were stopping: people from bringing in union pins.
Really?
Oh?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Like they just stopped someone, pointed at their union pin, and said, "You can't wear that."
So you can let a guy who wants to prank a Game Awards show just absolutely walk on stage, but you better not wear a fucking union pin.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess it's better. Oh, sorry.
No, go
I'm
ahead.
just saying. I think it's better to like do it at the very end instead of like doing it at the very beginning of the show. That
Yeah.
I feel like could have ruined the moment.
Yeah. The second thing I do want to add, definitely because apparently, like, some news came up, is that that's the same kid who at a Blizzard convention said "Free Hong Kong." But from what I've seen, there's actually no like footage before the Game Awards of his face. So the Game Awards has been seen by millions of people. I could just say, probably like for the future, that kid has been blacklisted for events.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If not, like, dude, the fucking people running those events gotta get on that shit. Like, definitely, I can definitely say for certain he's been blacklisted from the Game Awards. I wonder.
It's a bit of a shame. I don't know why he would do that, but at the same point, I guess, hey, if you're going out in a blaze of glory, I guess it's not the worst.
My coworker called him like my coworker called him an idiot, but I mean like in my perspective, like who's more idiotic, the fucking Kanye going "I'm gonna let you finish," or this kid who was respectful towards Elden Ring devs and letting them finish their monologue before making his prank. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's it. Pretty much that I think we addressed that and everything. Yeah. So that's all said and done. Let's get to what happened.
Well, I think there is one last thing to mention.
Oh.
People were worried because he said Orthodox rabbi that the guy was being anti-Semitic.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's like no actual definitive proof on that, and that's just more or less he's just kind of bullshitting.
Well, and the thing is, someone actually got to interview him, and he's just like, yeah, I was just saying random things for a laugh, and I say Orthodox, and I think at one point it was like, I said Orthodox rabbi specifically because I'm Jewish.
Oh my god.
What?
That may have been an
Okay.
assumption from the interviewer, but it was like, I only said like Orthodox rabbi because like I'm Jewish, and that's the first thing that popped into my head.
Okay, now I want that to be fucking real. All right, but yeah, I think that's it. But yeah.
Yep, we can move on.
Yeah, okay. So let's get to the event. There were actually, I jumped in a little early, but there were actually a few games that got highlighted before the actual event started. So I've got the list from all the way from the beginning to around when they were like around near the end before I got the game of the year. So I'm just gonna go down this list. These are games like either I thought were look cool or either I remembered. If you have any, I'm just gonna list them down. If you have any thoughts or want to say something about it, we'll talk about it. If you don't even remember or don't know what the fuck it is, we'll skip it. Is that good?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Okay.
So, first game, I looked this up. First game was a Dead Cells and Castlevania crossover.
Yeah.
I like
God.
Dead Cells.
I'm so glad that more DLC is coming for Dead Cells, because I'm pretty sure the developers want to move on to another game, but as long as the game has a constant fan base, they're gonna keep making it.
It could be the opposite.
Good.
Or they're happy to keep working on it so long as people love it.
Yeah.
I own Dead Cells, but I have yet to actually find the time to really play it. I really want to, though.
I just can't get good.
I can't either, man.
Okay, next game, Returnal.
I mean, Returnal was a Game of the Year contender on PS5. I'm glad it's coming to PC so more people can play it, but me personally, it's just... realistic games don't do it for me. I like style.
Okay.
But I'm glad that this game, which is apparently great, more people can enjoy.
I always want that PlayStation PC experience.
I would have to look a little more into it because my mind is going like back and forth trying to remember it, but I don't know. Maybe it's because of all the Euro games, because especially what I have next on this list, Hellboy.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I forgot about
yeah.
that.
I popped into this. Hellboy is getting a game. It's cel shaded. It looks fucking beautiful. I'm
Some now Borderlands.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this game. I want to get it.
Is it like I think it's trying to go for like a beat 'em up or a brawler type of game? But
I'm hoping so. My only concern about this is the animation. Like, once Hellboy actually like started moving in an actiony way, it felt really stiff. I hope they can I hope that's a bit more slick in the actual game.
A lot of the premieres and whatnot looked like I think a lot of them had like text that said like they were in the alpha stage, or it's like not gameplay representative of the official product in the future. So possibly.
That sounds about right.
Okay. Next up, I put these two together because generally like they seem to like have a lot of people in this community are talking about them because I think they're coming out around the same time. Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6.
I mean, Tekken 8 looks like Tekken.
fair.
There's not really much going on there. I was actually really impressed with the look at story mode in Street Fighter 6 and like the character thing. My only concern is that it does basically the same thing that every fighting game thing does, where they just stick other characters' animations on you and you can like mix and match.
Yeah, that's fair. But to be fair, sorry, it just looks, I would say, the prettiest game out of the bunch. I think it looks prettier than Tekken 8 because it has a more cartoonish comic book style to it. Maybe it's just because of the thick outlines, but I don't know. It looks very promising.
It looks promising. I think everything about the game is actually going to be... I think we're finally going to get that equally fun for casuals and competitives at the same time game in Street Fighter 6.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't fuck up the launch.
Yeah.
Hopefully. But
Hopefully not, but they don't have to. But they don't have to restart development halfway through and beg Sony for money. So.
Oh yeah.
Ashking, you want to say something about it? Or...
No.
Okay. Yeah, personally for me, like I love Tekken. I'm a fan of Tekken personally. Due to my how Tekken 7 was handled. On top of that, Sony's fucking paywall towards online membership. Yeah, I'm not buying another Tekken, sadly. I'd love to, but
I mean, Tekken came out on PC, didn't it?
I think Tekken 7 came out on PC. It's just that I don't have a PC to run it.
Ah, that's fair.
But, other than that, we've got premieres for 2 Horizon games, Horizon in Virtual Reality and Burning Shores, or Horizon Hollywood.
My sister will be happy with that. Personally, I never really vibed with Horizon.
Yeah, same, honestly.
I mean, I tried out Horizon. I remember I bought it instantly because PlayStation was releasing it. That was also the reason I kind of wanted God of War on PC. Because if, you know, it did so well on PC, maybe it wouldn't, like, they wouldn't port more games. But I played 4 hours, and I tried, like, 2 times to go back to it. Combat, it's fun, but there is something that is, I feel, is just disconnecting, because when I'm playing it, I feel incredibly numb, just bored.
That's
It's a
the
pretty
thing.
game.
It takes a lot for me to enjoy an open world game, especially an open world game like Horizon, where I'm gonna borrow a phrase from Penny Arcade. It's one of those games where you fuck a map.
Okay. That's a new one.
I have to MP4.
But it's like, it takes a lot for me to enjoy an open world game of that nature. Like, take for example my personal game of the year Horizon came out, I think, Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh.
Ghost of Tsushima is arguably an even slower paced game than Horizon, but it just oozes samurai style and charm, and it's so beautiful, and not in like a ruined post-apocalypse way. It looks good in a very loving movie type way. And just seeing all the set pieces and all the things you can do in there, it's basic, but it's so much more interesting because of the visual tweaks. If I'm making sense.
Yeah, I understand it.
Yeah, I can understand that as well. But I
It
will
also-
say...
Go ahead.
No. I was just going to add that the VR, I think that would actually work well. I don't know how well the game would pace it, but I mean, combat-wise, it looks pretty fun.
Yeah, I have to say, as a VR except can I English? No. As a VR expert myself, I definitely like the bow and arrow concept. I'm just wondering to see like how to play out. Like, will it be well, would you be able to freely roam around, or will you be in one position and you have to shoot targets?
I
Okay,
guess we'll
so
see.
yeah, okay. Next game up is this one's interesting. Post Trauma.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
We didn't really see much of that game. Like,
No.
it was very much like a teaser thing, but I don't know, something about it. I think it's got some soul.
I just
And
need
that's
to
big.
see a lot. Oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I just say that I just need to see a lot more from the game because I don't even know what the gameplay is like. It just looks like a kind of horror survival game, but
Mhm.
I just need to see like gameplay wise, like what does it look like?
Indeed, that's what I'm about.
Yeah, I tried to keep a lot of the games off the list. Like, we saw a few games during that. Like, I think there was, like, one from EA where it was, like, it had all these cinematics and then, like, 5 seconds of gameplay near the end. And I'm just like, yo, that's not enough. I need more to go off of. But when I looked post-trauma, like, the only thing I could think of is Resident Evil 2. That's all I could think of. But, yeah. And this one, personally, I am really excited for this game because I love art direction, and I also love like games when they go more artistic. Viewfinder.
Oh yeah.
That's the one where you change perspective, right?
Yeah, it's a very perspective art type game. Like I think it's called Superliminal. Or
Yeah,
Exactly.
Superliminal was like the pioneer of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I actually watched a playthrough of Superliminal. It's actually crazy.
Oh yeah, same. I watched. It was like I was like, I gotta get this game. I love perspective art, especially how that game does it. And I'm looking at Viewfinder, I'm like, yo, this is sick. I love this.
That is the kind of style I love. You just need some kind of twist. That's stylistic for me.
I love that too.
Yeah.
And and also Among Us come back with a hide and seek mode.
Honestly, I've heard that the hide and seek mode is a perfect game if you don't have enough people for an interesting game of vanilla Among Us.
Okay.
I guess we'll see. I mean, I looked at the Steam page once it went up live, but I don't know. I'll try it one day, see how it goes. But
I'm interested in giving it a shot. I might try and get something together on a server I'm in.
Maybe.
Also, After Us, which is, if I recall, it's like the most memorable thing I can think of is like it like they has this girl that whenever she steps on the ground, plant life grows around her. And it very much reminded me of like it's like it gave me the vibes of like a 3-dimensional version of Gris, if anyone's played that.
I haven't played it yet, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. But yeah, that I personally got like it. Other than that, there's also Replaced.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, like I remember the visuals and I was like, I need to remember the game. I was like, oh, Replaced. It's like it looked really sick. I don't know why. It gives me like film noir type vibes.
It's also pretty impressive that they pulled that off with like digital, I think 16 or 32-bit graphics, because like all the characters are uniquely detailed and it has like advanced lighting effects you would find nowadays in gaming. It feels like it blends together very well. It kind of reminds me of this is a stupid comparison, but Octopath Traveler, because it had kind of like that same visual presentation. Not the same gameplay, but honestly, I'm really excited for it.
I honestly don't remember much about Replaced at all.
I don't know. Maybe there will be more trailers later in the future, but it's fine. It's like I'm not gonna go like, oh, if you don't remember, it's okay. Like you can look it up. We'll wait. Like no. I'm not gonna wait. Just go down this list. But okay, so like 2 of us are interested in Replace or remember it. So that's fine. But I know a game I think every single one of us here remembers, Hades 2.
Yeah.
Bisexuals step away.
It definitely
it's
looks-
bisexuals' turn.
I want to say
I saw
something.
that as a meme. It
Yeah,
was just like Zagreus.
I want to say this
Bisexuals
because
step
like
down.
Ash and Code know, but Doom wasn't in the call. When that trailer got revealed, I was hearing the music and I was like, before the entire show, I was like, is this Hades 2? I was like, oh, maybe it's not. But when that theme kicked in and whatnot, it was just like, I can't believe I fucking called it. I was so happy.
Honestly, I figured it out when I saw Melano's feet. It's like, those are Zag feet. This is Hades. Supergiant
so
never...
recognized by the feet, huh?
Oh, don't you even start with me.
Oh my.
I look back at the animation, I noticed she had like a glowing like X-rayed arm, and I'm like, what does that do? I want to know what that does.
She also has a moon and stuff. It makes me feel like instead of being Hades and Persephone's son, she's actually Hades and Nyx.
I think like the lore around her is that she's actually Persephone and Zeus's kid.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But then why would her feet be on fire?
Because she's
They're
very good on the
obviously
dance
changing-
floor.
They're obviously changing it for the game. So.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do to change around the mythology around it and whatnot. But again, like that, I think that adds more to the mystery. And honestly, either way, I'm still fucking excited. I really want to see what they do differently with Hades 2.
Me too. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah. Also, there's another game a lot of people are really excited for, including none other than the Crimson Fucker himself, Takahata 101, Judas.
I mean, it's certainly Bioshock-esque.
Yeah, I got that vibe too. It's very Bioshock. Like,
I mean, it's from the guy who made Bioshock, so...
I kind of figured, like, it had to be, like, because I know Irrational Games shut down, so I was thinking, like, it had to be, like, some people who worked at Irrational had to have come back and worked on this particular game, right?
I think so.
Yeah, because it looks very reminiscent of Bioshock.
I guess the problem now is just to see if it can either replicate it or do its own thing with that formula.
Or hopefully be good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I've seen some games where it's like, they look fantastic and beautiful and everything, and they just...
I remember I was talking with my brother about that, and he's like, "Oh, don't you remember Left 4 Dead when it said from the creators of Left 4 Dead, and they made their own game, Back 4 Blood?" And I'm like, "It's not gonna be like that. I hope, please."
Alright, so we're getting through most of this list. Next up, Bayonetta Origins.
Ooh.
It looked neat. It actually reminds me of an anime artist I've seen.
Oh, really? Okay.
But otherwise, it looks like an interesting twist on Bayonetta and how they approach that series.
It reminds me of Child of Light.
Gives off like a Alice in Wonderland vibes.
I can see it.
Was there another game? I don't remember. I explicitly said that for one of them.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. I think that game is, let's see. It's like Nightingale? Like, yeah, it was Nightingale. That was the game where it's like, you had the guy with the ivy cap and the black guy with a Mary Poppins,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all!
Mary fucking Poppins!
Now that's game design.
Other than that, this is, of course, this, we can't talk about Game Awards without talking about this. The Kevin Conroy tribute.
Yeah. I mean, I loved Batman, and I never really thought much about Kevin Conroy until I started looking back at his previous work, and I was just blown away.
Yeah.
And it's really tragic, but at the same time, I think it will be fine. I trust Rocksteady with the development of Kill the Justice League, and I think they'll nail it out of the park. For all their previous games they worked on, they nailed the Batman Arkham style.
If nothing else, it was a very lovely tribute. Other than that, this game I think got a crack out of us in the chat. Party Animals.
Oh, yes!
Yes.
Just full of slapstick humor.
It was full on parody of the Honest trailers too.
I think they actually got the Honest Trailers guy to do that.
I listened to his voice. It's very similar. I think it's an impersonator. Because his voice, if you listen to like the guy who did the Party Animals commercial, and then you listen to like the Honest Trailers voice, like it sounds similar, but it's very different. It's similar like how they got someone to impersonate. I think his name's Clancy Brown, Mr. Krabs.
Yes.
Yeah. It's still funny though.
This game is actually pretty funny. I've seen Max and the gang play it. Shoutouts to Max, TO Video Games. But just, there is so much to enjoy in that game. It's really amazing, honestly.
Yeah, I want to give it a try sometime.
I guess the vibes of gang beats meets stick fight with the zoo.
I will be very excited to pick up a copy once it releases.
Yeah, next up on the list is Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Ugh, fuck off, EA.
Okay.
Well,
I will say this about the trailer. I kind of fucking like how he picked the fucking stormtrooper, using him as a shield. That was kind of fucking awesome. I'm not gonna
Not
lie.
only that, he manipulated him with the Force to keep firing.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Okay,
Talk about
there's a very
friendly
likely
fire.
chance because it's EA, this game is gonna fucking flop. But that said, the trailer is kind of fucking cool.
I mean, the first game, the prequel, it did modestly well, mainly because everyone was excited about a single-player Star Wars game.
I mean, I love the original game Fallen Order. I will say it's an annoyance to play, especially if you don't have a console, because when I played it on PC, I have to download Origin, have to always boot up Origin to play the game. If it signs me out, you gotta sign back in,
Fuck
and then crash.
Origin. Fuck Origin. I had to make a fucking Origin account for a Need for Speed game, and I was like, oh man, okay, I don't want to play this anymore. I want to get out of Origin. They said, oh, you want to delete your Origin account? Well, you have to call with our customer service and make sure. It's like, fuck you, EA. Fuck you.
Same with Ubisoft. For all their titles, they always do the same.
Fuck you, Play.
But hopefully it will be good, and Respawn will hopefully get recognition. If not, whatever, we got a bunch more games being
First
released.
reply,
this
dick
year.
game lol.
Game
Alright, let's move on from that and move on to something else from the creators of Celesta. Earthblade.
You know what? You know what? This actually looks really good. I mean, I've never played Celeste. Everyone tells me it's great, but every time I hear what they say, I just start blanking. But honestly, this looks good. It's beautiful in the same way Celeste is. I'm sure it's going to be beautifully written like Celeste is. These guys have quality on their side. I can't really say much else about it.
It's coming out in 2024, so they're taking their time with it.
Yeah. And it looks like the main movement mechanics is like using like attack. So I'm interested to see like what kind of combos people can pull off to clear stages.
Next up, we're gonna. I kind of want to start getting through these. So next up is Dune Awakening.
It's an MMO. I do not care
It's
about
an
it.
MMO.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't play Dune, so that's fine. Next up, Forspoken.
I mean, it looks okay from people who have actually played the demo. They say it's just Infamous with magic instead of superpowers, and you know what? That's perfectly fine.
I've been told to give the demo a try, so I'll give it a try sometime. Next up, this was a big one. Death Stranding 2.
I mean, that was a surprise because I did not expect Kojima to do an actual sequel, but it's Kojima. It's weird in all the ways Kojima is. I hope he manages to face scan Al Pacino.
God damn.
Al Pacino.
Threaten him with a good time, why don't you?
Stranding.
Okay. Next up is Meet Your Maker.
God, I don't even
yes.
remember that one.
That's
that
the
was
one where you build your own dungeons and
Yeah, I
you
think
have
so.
to like clear others.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
See, I keep thinking that, like, this game is interesting, and then I immediately forget about it.
It didn't really look like my cup of tea, so I was just like, it's okay. But I know Code City was interested in it, so.
I'm always interested in whatever the communities build. Now, I'm never good at that. I remember I built a bunch of stuff when I was young, and I'm like, how about you try out my levels? And all my friends say, it's shit, but hey, we'll see. Maybe it looks like a bunch of fun.
Okay. Other than that, this kind of got a little like brushed on, but they did make an announcement for this game. But they did make an announcement sort of for this game. But I just kind of want to mention here, Sky Children Light. It's not really anything new, but they did come out with a PlayStation release. So yeah, it's a beautiful game. It's free to play. The major thing that they really have microtransactions on is cosmetics. But other than that, it's a fun game. I love the hell out of it. It's made by that game company, the people who made Journey. I love it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so there you go. Other than that, don't know how many people are excited for this, but Diablo 4.
I would be excited.
Do you
A
guys
Blizzard.
not have phones?
Blizzard. Yeah. I only mentioned the Diablo 4 because of what happened during the Game Awards, which honestly, it was. We'll get to that though.
What happened involving? We'll get to it. I'm not even gonna ask. Move on.
All right. Bandai Namco came out with a few things, but one thing that they were advertising pretty big was Blue Protocol.
I have no idea what to think about it. I've heard it's an MMO too. Fuck.
I think, okay, so I've played another like anime-esque kind of MMO. It's a game called Kurtzspell. It was pretty big a while back, and it was made by this company. It was like they were taking like player or response and whatnot. It's early access on Steam. However, nowadays it's known for just being like the early access game that's never gonna release and is just competent with releasing like fucking mechanics and paid fucking cosmetics and whatnot and shit. It's never gonna be finished and whatnot. I have no idea what to think about Blue Protocol, especially considering the fact that supposedly Bandai Namco is having it free to play. But if that's the case, what the fuck are they gonna have for paid content? I don't know. I'm not really that excited for it.
All I know from Bandai Namco is that their DLC practices are just egregious, and I really don't like whenever they make it, because I'm pretty sure they also launched, I think they published Tekken as well, and
Yeah.
that had like, what, 2 or 3 season passes
Yeah.
that were like $30 each?
And Dragon
And
Ball.
That's a
and
problem.
Dragon Ball FighterZ, although I love Dragon Ball FighterZ. Yeah, it's coming out DLC after DLC. How many fucking Gokus in Fighters?
Oh jeez, don't make me break out
or
a
8.
calculator.
Do we count the fusions?
Why
If we
not?
do it more.
I mean, are we counting fusions? Are we counting Gohan? Are we counting Gotenks? Are we counting Cell?
Ah,
I
But-
could actually do a calculator for you of how many Gokus are in Dragon Ball.
12
I think
hours later.
I think the last answer I had was like there are 12.76.
Why did you come up with a decimal?
because fusions are half Goku.
Oh.
Okay, then it should be a half. Where does the 7-6 come from?
Hold on, I'm getting there. The extra 25% comes from Gotenks, who is technically 25% Goku.
Oh my god.
And then the 1%, then turning it from 75 to 76 is Cell, who is 11% Goku.
Okay.
These
you can
parameters
just-
are accepted.
Mm.
Anyway, yeah, Blue Protocol, don't know about it yet. I'm not holding my breath. But other than that, though, what came as a surprise to a lot of people, Transformers Reactivate.
I mean, it looked nothing like a Transformers game. There was no hint that it was a Transformers game until the very fucking last second.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I joked and thought it was like a sequel to Far Cry 5. And then I thought, oh, maybe it's like a Doom game, maybe? Or maybe near Mass Effect? I doubt it. But then I thought, Transformers Reactivate. Okay, now you got my attention. What the fuck are you gonna do with this game?
When was, like, the last Transformers game?
The last, like, big Transformers game was Fall of Cybertron. But there have been... That was in, like, the PS3 era.
The last big Transformers game I played was that fucking... The game adapting the Michael Bay film. That was it.
Oh, Lord.
That was like PS2 days, though.
I know that they had...
2015.
I know that they have had other games between Fall of Cybertron and this. Like, they had Transformers Devastation, which was a Gen 1 throwback. Let me see. We've had... What the hell? We've had an MMO. Transformers Online.
Oh. I pray.
Oh wait, that was canceled in 2020. We got,
Oh, it lasted.
Well,
but it's like we got Transformers animated the game, Transformers Rise of the Darkspark in 2014. Not much else really. So yeah, this is the so Fall of Cybertron was the last big Transformers game.
Oh no, I'm really. Oh no, I'm at least interested to see what they do with this. Other than that, aside from a game, we did get a sneak peek of the Mario Bros. Movie.
You know what? I think it's going to be at the very least okay. I appreciate that they are actually cramming in as much game music as they can, because like my big complaint about the Sonic movies is there's no Sonic music unless it's a cute little moment like the human dude's ringtone.
Yeah.
Or like a tiny snippet of the drowning theme. Because Sonic music fucking slaps and it deserves to be in the movie.
Personally, after seeing that sneak peek, like, my one worry is that you don't let Keegan-Michael Key, the guy who voiced among all the guy who played among everything Obama's anger translator, Luther, you don't let that guy be funny. I looked at the trailer and I was like, you know what? He might have a couple funny moments.
For a second, I thought you said Michael Key was played in I thought you played Among Us.
My whole thing is just him coming out and like talking to people before the announcement. God, I got such bad secondhand embarrassment.
That might have been intentional. Like,
I'm sure it was, but the other big moment, it was not intentional. But overall, I'm actually pretty optimistic about the Mario movie. I think it'll be, at the very least, fun.
I will say this, it looks nice, and I like the casting of it, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyways, other than that, this was interesting. Crash Team Rumble.
Oh god, this was the big cringe for me.
Oh?
I love Crash Bandicoot.
Okay.
Let's just get that started. I'm a mega Crash Bandicoot fan.
Yeah.
Just everything about that whole segment it just made me wrinkle.
Hold on, I gotta mute. Just continue talking.
And I was worried about the game itself, because the whole thing about this game is that it started life as Wumpa League, which Toys for Bob was making, and then Activision like fired everyone involved and exiled them to the Call of Duty mines. But apparently they've actually brought them back in some manner, but it's still like everything looks completely recycled. Besides one character model, nothing looks new. And it's just, I hate MOBAs. I'm gonna keep it real. I fucking hate MOBAs.
I'm just not too much into MOBAs, but
And
I mean,
the idea of Crash becoming one, it's like someone giving me a wet willy every time I think about it.
Personally, I'm not really
No.
like.
That's what Pokemon is for.
Personally, I'm not really too interested in Crash Team Rumble.
I'll give it a shot probably, but I don't know. I don't see myself sticking with it.
Yeah, that's fair. Other than that, this personally, just for the casting, interested me. I'm not saying I'll buy it, but it did. Crime Boss.
oh,
The game that had Kim Basinger, Danny Trejo, and fucking Vanilla Ice.
and Chuck Norris.
And Danny
Chuck
Glover.
Norris.
Danny
of
Glover and
course.
Chuck fucking Norris.
Let's be real. This is some dick swinging casting. The only thing they could have done to make this more delightfully cheesy was, if he were still alive, get Don LaFontaine to narrate it.
Oh. Like, this is like, I look at the casting and like, this is very like 80s to 90s.
And you know what? So much of like mafia stuff is like old timey like Godfather simulations, or it's like Saints Row and it's like gang warfare. This seems to be striking a more cheesy 1980s feel without going full like parody.
Yeah, it gives me very like big Miami Vice atmosphere.
And you know what? That's sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. But the problem I have is I have no idea really what the game is like. We never got to see really gameplay. We only saw like characters and their voice. Well, we actually never heard their voices in the game. We just get like visuals.
They just got music, visuals, and just here's the cast list. And that's not where exactly I thought you were gonna say, because I thought you were gonna say the problem I have with it is that for right now it's only available on Epic Games.
It is?
No.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Wait, which game?
Crime Boss. I look back at the
Crime Boss.
trailer and it's like available coming soon on Epic Games, and I'm like, ah boy.
Yes.
God dang it!
I'm really hoping it, like, at the very least, if it comes to sex, I'm hoping like it ports. Whatever.
I mean, it's gonna come to other systems eventually. Just stepping.
You
Excuse me.
wanna go out? You wanna go out?
Just they have. God damn it! Everything comes to other systems eventually. They cannot resist the siren song of more money.
Yeah.
People mostly go to Epic Game Store because Epic has this thing where they will actually pay. They will completely recoup your budget immediately. So it's like, this game costs us like $5 million to make. We'll give you $5 million if you put it on Epic Game Store.
It's a bit shady, but well, I guess you can't help that.
At the very least, I can say this. I'm curious to see how the turnout goes, because I mean, definitely, if you get a game, you have a game with fucking Vanilla Ice as actually in a video game. It's like, you got my attention.
I hope we'll be doing some rapping just so we can romp a joint.
Apparently Vanilla Ice is like super into house flipping. Enough that they gave him his own show.
What?
This is how we blow up a mansion. Boom!
No. He buys a house, fixes it up, and then sells it at a profit. He just started doing this just out of boredom when he was actually big.
Out of boredom? Just
Yeah.
like, I am bored one day. You know what? Time to do renovations.
Well, and the thing is, it's just he just found it really relaxing and actually a good thing. So after his career just kind of died, he just started doing that like full time, and it's how he's made his money ever since.
I just imagine like watch the celebrity like that. It's like, I'm bored, time to renovate, and he's just like sitting on his ass while he hires people to actually do this shit for him. This is actually kind of relaxing. I gotta tell you that.
Oh no! Don't get me wrong. He does everything.
Okay.
Like they got him a show. He's there in like overalls, gloves,
Oh,
caulking
God.
things, but he's still acting like Vanilla Ice.
Today, I'm gonna break down this wall.
I forgot I watched this show.
This
Oh
house
no!
looks nice, baby. Getting full asking price, baby.
Okay. This one was honestly.
Check that out.
Honestly, this wasn't a game that came out this year, but personally, I'm kind of happy for this guy. Cyberpunk had a new announcement for story with Idris Elba making an announcement.
Holy fuckles! Here comes Knuckles.
What?
He's in your walls.
He's in the walls.
Better run. Cyberpunk, I still gotta play through it. I mean, I bought the game like I think like a year after it was released. I've been excited to play it.
Now?
It is. It has several bugs still. I remember I started a new save to play it, and I had all of the character animation in the intro, by the way, T-posing, sliding across the screen. It was hilarious. I can probably still replicate it
Oh my
because
God.
it hasn't been fixed yet. But
No.
it is funny, and it is fun.
Okay. Other than that, okay. I'm not really interested in this series, but I will say the trailer, it did catch my attention. Armored Core 4.
Ah, 6. But I never really got into Armored Core. I didn't have a lot of games, but I did play a lot of demo discs.
Oh hell yeah, those were the days.
And the Armored Core demo disc was like the most fully fleshed out demo I had ever played. Because it was like you could customize your mechs entirely. You could have PvP. It was the mech customization got to me because it's like you want to just take off all of your guns and just have a massive missile launcher, you got it. You want to take away your legs and have tank treads, go ahead. You want spider legs, we got you. The sheer breadth of customization for a PS1 game no less has firmly cemented Armored Core in my mind. And I'm glad that they're finally going back to it after all of this.
I was interested by it because I didn't know From Software actually made it. So I found out the last game was 10 years ago.
Yeah, almost exactly.
Xbox
2012.
360 days. Man, I am excited. I looked at an IGN review because that's the only way I know how to play the game. And they just say it is mostly just like a mech customization game. So we'll see what happens, but I don't know. I might actually try the old games just to play it.
Okay, and I got I got 3 left. Personally, these are just kind of for me. I don't really expect anyone to really play these or anything. I personally, at the very least, the trailer is interested in me. The third one is Rocket League. It had an announcement for season 9, but what really interested me was that they actually collaborated with the Lo-Fi Girl, and they have like a little custom accessory where you get to have like a sleeping cat on top of your car, and I thought that was really cute.
The fact that apparently the sleeping the cat actually purrs if you idle, that's cute.
I love it. That's
Are you sure it's the cat and not your engine?
Why not both?
If I know Rocket League, it will be in the season pass.
I'm definitely gonna be buying it. But other than that, Wild Hearts, which is a Koei Tecmo game, honestly, kind of looks sick. I actually want to give it a try. I wish it wasn't $70, but I'm interested.
Where's my Sonic Warriors Koei Tecmo?
Honestly, I would kill for that game.
I'm still salty over a hoax made in like 2016.
Oh.
I will never not be salty over that hoax. It lives in my head rent free. I've designed an entire game in my head.
Do you have a hit list as well for those targets?
Yes.
I mean, I can say this, like, for one, I never expected Koei Tecmo to collab with Atlas for a game. So maybe, I don't know, I don't know. Maybe if enough demand is met, they'll collaborate with Sega and give a Sonic game. Hopefully. I mean, hell, it would give them money. So there's a plus.
mean, I would go nuts for a fucking Sonic Warriors. You got no idea. But this new game, Wild Hearts, I admit it was hard for me to parse what it actually is. But I'm sure it'll be good. Koei Tecmo, they got a track record.
Last one, it's again not a new game, but personally, sure, it kind of looked kind of dope. Honestly, Final Fantasy XIV Revenge, it looked dope.
You mean 16?
Or 16? I thought it was 14.
No, it was
14
16.
and 16, I believe, got announced.
No, it was
Whatever it was, it's better than 15.
Lamau.
We don't.
But no, they got the guy who makes 14 is making 16.
Okay.
That's where the confusion comes in. It looks okay.
Oh.
The more realistic Final Fantasy gets, the less I care.
Okay. That's fair.
But I do think that with this guy behind the helm, we're in for a really good time.
Okay. With that, pretty much a lot of the reveals and trailers and everything are out of the way. Now we can talk about the events of the night. First thing I think we should talk about, Al Pacino.
Dude,
Al Pacino.
he looked like he would rather be anywhere else.
I mean, he
I feel
kinda
so bad for the
admitted
poor
it.
guy.
It's like, I'm gonna be honest, I can barely read the teleprompter, and also, I don't really play video games.
But I'm here, so.
It's just
I-
so
like,
weird after I seen that. Oh, sorry.
No, you're absolutely right. But I mean, at the same time, like, at least the dude was kind of, at least the dude was honest. I wouldn't have never expected him to be a fucking gamer.
Nah.
Yes, I play Candy Crush in my spare time.
You kids know the Fortnites?
Oh, oh no.
No.
Okay,
Does
it's Al
cringy
Pacino, so I
Fortnite
don't
man.
expect him to go that far. Maybe for a joke, but not that far.
Have you guys seen my iconic 1973 movie Goncharov?
Have you seen Dunkachino?
God damn it.
Dunkachinos.
But other than that, a lot, like, this is two particular topics, but God of War Ragnarok fucking swept.
I mean, it's typical. I mean, the first, well, Dad of Boy won.
Boy.
It was pretty much a phenomenon. I'm glad that Elden Ring won Game of the Year, but like, judging by how much God of War won, it definitely feels like everyone was biased.
Yeah. And I kept saying it the entire night, because me and Code, I think we were having like a betting game on what would be nominated. I, a few times, kept getting God of War right. And I was like, the fucking internet was wrong. Fucking Genshin wasn't buying the votes. God of War Ragnarok was.
Because, I mean, I know my brother, like, played Elden Ring to death, and he's been begging me to play it, and I gotta play it now. It earned Game of the Year. But
Yeah, might as well go
what
on
the
set.
hell? I was watching it, and I'm like, it has to win this category. I know, because my brother keeps telling me, hey, you gotta play it. Have you heard the soundtrack?
God of War Ragnarok. Fucking shit.
But I'm so glad that God of War Ragnarok actually won a bunch of awards. It's a terrific game.
Honestly,
One that I still got to play.
honestly, like, and this goes into the next topic, but honestly, like, I think we had this talk, but for that first category, it was kind of a little unfair that two actors from Ragnarok got nominations.
Hmm.
Hey, if one can't win, the other will.
But with that said, honestly, I don't even think Christopher Judge thought he would win.
Nah. I was expecting Atreus to win.
Yeah, honestly. But Christopher Judge is like, he went up there and you could tell, like, I don't think he had anything prepared. Like, and I love this line, and it's why I had it introduced. It's like, he was ready to leave when a new director was coming on board, and it's like, yo, Eric better be a beast. And it's like, I gotta tell you something, Eric is a motherfucking beast. And I'm like, I fucking love that line.
And
But-
his speech was pretty long, but hey, more Steam Decks.
I
For the
think he
bots.
was really panicked.
Yeah, to bet.
Yeah. It's like I think he really didn't know what else to say, because then he started saying, well, look, man, I voted for you. I really wanted you to win. But yeah.
Can't be as bad as all those Plague Tale Requiem fans.
I was about to get into that. You read my fucking mind. The
sorry.
games, the 2 to 3 games that kept getting nominated but never turned up: Plague Tale, Immortals, and Horizon Forbidden West.
I had honestly never even heard of Immortality before.
Oh my
that.
god, it's not just me. I was like,
Yeah, really?
where the
Yeah,
hell
me
did
neither.
this game
I-
come from?
Who the fuck made that game, and why wasn't it like big?
Hey, Hey, at least we're not Chugga Conroy. Chugga Conroy tweeted, every year there's one game at the Game Awards that I've never heard of. Apparently, I had missed an entire God of War game.
Well, I mean, he is a Nintendo boy.
Chugga just has some weird cultural blind spots. He has never seen Back to the Future. He has never seen Indiana Jones. He has never seen Star Wars.
Oh,
You kidding me?
Yeah, I'm not.
Wait, the
Chugga,
original trilogy or the
any of
prequel?
them.
Eddie? Wow.
He literally just has some weird ass cultural blind spots. It's fascinating.
He's like an archaeologist.
Other than that, of course, Xenoblade 3 and Bayonetta 3 got nominated. Bayonetta 3 won, I think, a couple of awards.
It won Best Action Game.
Yeah. Along with that, Best Action, also along with that, Neon White got nominated for a few. I don't think they came out, but Sifu got nominated for Best Action, didn't win, but
It also got nominated for Best Fighting Game, and all the actual fighting game fans immediately voted it into the ground.
which sucks, because honestly, I played through Sifu. It is really, really interesting. However, it came out so early on that I'm guessing everyone kind of forgot about it.
Not to mention it got nominated for Best Fighting Game, and it's not a fighting game.
It's more of a beat 'em up.
yeah, like I've seen the fight choreography and gameplay of Sifu, and it looks really stellar. I was actually really interested.
I hope it comes to Steam,
Other than
because
that,
I logged like 24 hours.
Tunic got nominated.
For Best Indie, and Storm and Stray took it, obviously.
Yeah, straight to.
Ah, Stray.
I-
That's like
like,
4
The
awards.
damn cat stole it away.
Look, if Tunic had a few more cats, it probably would have gotten a nom. It probably would have gotten.
So how we decide awards is cats?
Yes, I think that's.
We need Best
Meow.
Game featuring animals.
Personally, this one, I'm still fucking petty over. The game adaptation awards, they gave it to Arcane.
Truth be told, this year was stacked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like,
Like, I love Sonic 2, but this year was just stacked with good adaptations.
and then Uncharted.
And then Uncharted, because Tom Holland.
And then there was Uncharted, yeah.
It's like. I remember.
That
I
is
remember
like-
the conversation we had. We saw like Arcane, and then like I
Cyberpunk
really
Edge
wanted
Runners.
Edge Runners to win. Like that was such a good fucking show. I was like, oh man, I really wanted this to win. And then we were making the joke, so it was like, I guess Edge Runners is just way too depressing for them. And I was like, that can't be right, because Uncharted is on the list.
Uncharted is depressing for other reasons.
Tom Holland
I mean, if
as
it looks like a
Nathan
duck,
Drake.
it quacks like a duck.
I mean, Cyberpunk is depressing because it's cyberpunk.
Yeah.
And it's a terrifying look at corporations and the human conditions. Uncharted is just depressing for Tom Holland's career.
You're better off staying in the MCU, Spider-Man.
It's
But
too
hey.
late, Spider-Man. Weed has been legalized.
No!
It's not about the money, Spider-Man.
It's
about
about the
the
Mets. It's about the Mets.
But I think two of the biggest surprises to come out of the Game Awards, the appearances of Doug Bowser and Reggie.
Yeah. I mean,
I
Just
guess
got the
that's
comment.
our opinion on that. Yeah.
hold on. I actually had an image save of like Reggie in the audience.
I look at Reggie. I look at Reggie. Reggie constantly looks like he is about to kill somebody.
And
I'm all for
let
it.
me grab my phone.
Oh, Lord.
Like, go rewatch him on like stage on the Game Awards and tell me he doesn't look like he's about to strangle the cameraman. And I'm just like, choke me, daddy.
Every time Richie looks into the camera, I feel like it's just like it's a thing in like Bennett the Sage in when he's doing a show. It's like if I wanted to look at an asshole, this guy is just an asshole pointing out the plot holes. What the hell are you cutting back to me for?
Someone in this room is a murderer.
It's fucking Reggie.
I'm gonna.
Maybe he just.
I'm gonna edit this in post.
Maybe he just smoked a bunch of weed right before the show, so he really doesn't know what the hell's happening.
Wait, they're talking about me?
We are pretty close to the end here. But there's two other things I do kind of want to talk about that honestly I thought were pretty good. The musical performances for God of War Ragnarok and Diablo.
They were good.
Yeah.
They were all good. The orchestra, you know, they don't miss.
Yeah.
Especially the flute guy.
Honestly, I was really.
Oh!
Yeah. I saw that.
Flute guy was just hammering on the flute.
He was going full Freebird on that.
I got a doctorate in physics. I'm going to show it!
Oh my god. But honestly, what impressed me the most was the fucking segue Diablo made. Like, Diablo had a fucking musical performance and segued into the trailer. I'm like, yo!
Yeah.
I think they're really trying to, like, show that tension, but at the same time, it's Blizzard. I don't know if I could trust them. Overwatch. That's all I need to say.
And also, yeah, we can't talk about Game Awards without talking about this. The player vote.
Oh, yeah.
The Participation Award!
I just want to say, I just want to take a minute to say this here. Congratulations to Genshin Impact. Congratulations to its fans.
You get 10 Pyro Gems.
It's truly, it's truly for you and Mahoyo an honor for you guys to get that award, get that W. I hope you enjoy the 10 Primo Gems. I know for a fact that nobody can see me on camera, but you can tell I am just having this shit-eating grin on my fucking face.
I detect sarcasm.
I do gotta say, definitely, like, the people who were behind Sonic Frontiers, their response, like, honestly, that's commendable. Like, I like that they came out with, like, you know, it was just really good to be nominated for the Game Awards. Like,
It was nice enough to be animated. The passion of the fans was insane.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
But then Genshin Impact comes in from left field.
I really kind of hope for the Gamer Awards for 2023 that Sonic does get a nomination.
Hopefully.
I hope Sonic Prime is at least nominated for not extra, but for at least another nomination for Best Adaptation. We're not going to get another Sonic game next year. We know that.
Yeah.
And we know it's not going to get Best Ongoing Game with the DLC.
At that point, it would have to be a live service game.
Yeah.
Oh no, we don't want that again. We already know how that goes.
And there was a lot of other awards and whatnot. I know Kirby and Legend of Zelda won a few. I won a couple.
Kirby won Best Family Game.
Mm-hmm.
Zelda won Most Anticipated Game, and Splatoon won Best Multiplayer.
I was actually shocked Zelda won like Most Anticipated Game because I thought that was gonna go to Resident Evil.
I mean, on the other hand, people are like trepidatious about Resident Evil because Resident Evil is way too perfect the way it is. It's like it's a cheesy action movie, and everyone is just like, yeah, but if they remake it, they're probably gonna try and fix it.
And anyways, I want to point out something for like the best family games. They were mostly Nintendo titles, but if you go into the lore,
Oh yeah.
They are not family friendly.
Yeah, and then I said, wait, so it is like family friendly games. Like, have you ever heard of Grimm Fairy Tales? Tell me, how did Red Riding Hood end again?
Something about eating.
I mean, I would say it. However, the Nintendo sniper rifle is pointed right at my head, so it ended peacefully and no one got harmed.
Yeah, I get that the wolf needed more iron in his diet, but he didn't have to eat a fucking rocks.
And
Last second.
yeah, there was a lot of games and whatnot that got nominated and everything. A lot of stuff that's coming out. So much that I really couldn't get into everything. But at the end of the night, Game of the Year, Elden Ring won.
Yeah.
And I think it deserved it. I mean, God of War was a good contender as well, but
God
I
of
don't
War
know.
got
Is it-
like a fuck ton of awards and people love it. I at very least you could say just let Elden Ring have this.
Just
Wait.
let him have it.
Wasn't it nominated last year for most anticipated game?
God of War or Elden Ring?
Elden Ring.
Oh yeah.
And then it won Game of the War. Game of the War? What am I talking about?
Game of the Year.
Game of the Year this year. And right now, the most anticipated is Legend of Zelda. Do I sense a pattern here?
Coincidence? I think not. Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe the competition will be pretty stiff for next Game Awards when WaHoYoverse releases their next game.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, like, I really don't tune into Game Awards. The only reason I did was because I was kind of hoping to get a Switch deck, but when they know it, bots came in and snatched up a few.
Yep.
But, you know, I don't regret coming in after seeing, like, the collection of games that are coming out for next year and 2024. Although, I am a little saddened that a lot of these games are available for PlayStation are just mainly going to be PS5 titles and not PS4. It hasn't been that long since the whole scalper incident. Just saying.
The world's moving along a bit too quickly in the gaming industry.
Yeah.
And on top of that,
Also
I think
$70.
on top of that, I think Nintendo Switch is getting alongside that with the fewest games. Like, I've only saw a few titles that were actually Nintendo Switch.
Yeah. And
You
if
mean
not,
at the Game
it's,
Awards? Or...
At the Game
it's
Awards,
not
yeah,
already
like
stuff
there
that we
were a few,
have seen.
like most of the titles were like Steam titles, Xbox titles, PS5 titles. There were very few like titles that were going to be available on Nintendo Switch.
I mean, Nintendo themselves, they don't really advertise at the Game Awards. They'll have like one or two things maybe, like this year they had Fire Emblem and the new Bayonetta.
Yeah.
But generally they don't really make an effort to go to the Game Awards because the Game Awards just plain isn't their event.
Okay.
And
It's Nintendo Direct.
yeah. They got Nintendo Directs. They basically got the industry by the balls whenever they want. And you just know that half of Nintendo Directs in the future will just be like, oh, by the way, this game is coming to Switch.
Yeah.
Unless it's another farming game.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So yeah, pretty much. I think that's everything for the Game Awards. Like, any final thoughts? Pretty much.
Bill Clinton.
God damn it.
But yeah, seriously, any final thoughts?
It was a good show. The cringe I felt at the Crash segment aside, it was a decent show.
Yeah. The show was pretty good. I have a bias towards Facebook. I just don't like them. So whenever I just see that, I'm just like, ugh. That and well, The Last of Us.
I made a note not to talk about The Last of Us because that's a game that's damn near fucking going on to be 10 years old now. I don't care if Naughty Dog is remastering it. I don't care if there's a television series coming out. I was fine with The Last of Us Part 1. I personally did not need a Part 2, and I personally don't need a remastered this late in the fucking game.
Yeah. Anyways, end of talk of it.
But personally, I'd say I really was amazed by all of the games. I do have one major gripe, is the fact that after 2023, my bank account's gonna be in the fucking red.
Oh boy.
Try not to spend too much money.
I make no promises.
I try.
I do know that a game I'm looking forward to next year is going to get its ass kicked by Zelda.
Well,
Have a nice death.
Yeah.
yes.
I will say this though, I'm definitely wanting to try out the early access Hades 2.
Me too.
It's going to be very interesting to see what they do.
Yeah. I've got a few games from the award shows saved on my wish list, so hopefully when I actually get the money and whatnot, I can start playing some of them. But whatever. But yeah, this has been the On Colors podcast. Before we sign off, do you want to plug any of your social media or anything?
You can check me out on Twitter at dooms_I. That's EYE. I mostly just shitpost, but I am trying to do like a recollection of the Archie Sonic comics. God help me.
Oh god. I do have a YouTube, but I want to keep that a secret. Find it for yourself. You ain't lazy.
Yeah, I exist.
Okay, so I know like Dooms and Codes pretty much like their channels and whatnot, so I will definitely leave the links in the descriptions below. As for me, definitely if you like the podcast and you want to see us talk about other games and whatnot in the future, we'll discuss coming back. I'll discuss coming back with maybe the same people or other people sometime in the future if we can get together like this. But other than that, pretty much if you like what you've seen here and whatnot, please don't feel afraid to subscribe and like this video. If you want to help support me financially because I'm trying to become a full-time artist, please don't feel afraid to donate to my Ko-Fi. I'm really looking for donations, and each donation helps me get one step closer to becoming a full-time artist. Feel free to follow me on Twitter, and feel free to check out my other artworks and whatnot on my art channels. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining us today, and we will see you all next time in the future.
See you next time.
Stay
Don't
warm.
forget about the oven.
Oh shit.
Shit. Did we hit the stove on?